Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. We're going to continue work on the Pattern-Welded Seax. The forge is going in the background. We're just getting started, and we're going to continue to draw out this low-layer pattern-welded billet that we struggled with on the last video. We're going to hope that I ground through all of the burnt spots, and we're going to forge it to roughly the same dimensions as this, which is roughly just under 9 inches by 15 millimeters wide, 15 millimeters square. It's a little big for what we're going for, but as I said in the previous video, I really wanted to make sure I used enough material to build the knife length that I want. And once we get down to the final forging operations, if you will, it'll probably lose quite a bit of mass and girth throughout the whole thing. So, so we're already almost to length with this billet already, but like I said, I want to forge it down to the 15 millimeter by 15 millimeter square and see how much length we get out of it. It would be really cool if I was able to get two out of it, and then do alternating twists to form a chevron pattern in the billet, so or in the knife. I don't foresee that happening per se, but again, I think it would be really cool to see that happen. Chevron pattern is pretty cool. It's similar to a herringbone. So a herringbone pattern runs two bars twisted alternating directions. So one bar you're going to twist this way, the other bar you're going to twist the opposite. And what that ends up doing is it puts the lines of the the pattern weld like this on one side, and then the other side it brings them in like so. And there'll be a forge weld line right there and a forge weld, and then the twist on the outside. So it looks really cool. Like I said, it almost forms a herringbone pattern, or very similar to herringbone in fabrics, but in the blacksmithing world, they refer to this as the chevron pattern. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what we're gonna try for. But like I said, if it doesn't end up working out, then we're just gonna have a single twist on the spine, which is also really cool, and it's a lot more advanced than what we've done. So it's also going to be really loud in here. So this particular video, we're probably going to be doing a lot of voiceovers versus me talking and forging at the same time. I feel like the sound quality is usually a little better. Right now, I also decided just barely that we should probably work the wrought iron layer as well for the wolf tooth pattern. So I threw some wrought iron in there, and we'll get that forged out to the 15 by 15 millimeter square as well, and go from there. So everything's coming up to temperature right now, and thankfully for the magic of YouTube, you don't have to see that. But anyway, if this is something that interests you, or this page interests you, I'm always looking for feedback and would love for you to hit that like button and subscribe. So without further ado, the next part of this video will be me forging some stuff out. So I hope you enjoy. Like I said before, we're just bringing everything up to temperature. Wrought iron likes to work really, really hot, so it needs to be done at forge weld temperatures. I also kind of wanted to get that other billet up to forge weld temperatures too, to really set those welds in. Just getting things going, making sure everything's going to be moving well, making sure the forge or the press is good and warmed up too, especially in the winter months. You see those two little pieces of pipe I have on each side? That make sure that I keep evenness throughout the whole billet. Same with the wrought iron. Now I'm just kind of creating a chunk that I can kind of hold on to with the tongs. It makes it a little bit easier. So that's why you see me working one spot back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and keeping it super hot. Otherwise, wrought iron will come apart. You don't keep it at forge wheel temperatures. It's got a lot of slag in it. It's actually what makes it wrought iron. And if you don't keep it at forge wheel temperatures, it will literally just fall to pieces. So again, back to the pattern weld billet, just kind of going back and forth on it, trying to get it down to that 15 millimeter by 15 millimeter square. In the process, I forgot about this little teeny tiny guy. I wanted to try to forge it out to length to make it so the spine is actually wrought iron. So the whole knife will go wrought iron, twist, wrought iron, and then the blade, which is 1085. So after some quick forging, you can kind of see I have a little handle here that makes it easy to hold the wrought iron with the tongs, and started to make it square. And it looks like everything is going well so far. It seems like the pattern welded billet is coming out, and I don't have any issues with it going forward. So far so good, it seems. Welds are holding fine. There's no burn marks like previously. So let's open up to forging and give you guys a little montage of what I look like when I'm moving steel quite a bit. Next video is 5 times. Now that we have the pattern welded pattern welded billet out to a pretty good length, we're going to start working it into an octagon shape. What this does is it makes it so as you're twisting it, you don't have nearly as many high spots from the corner twisting on the square. So the more round you can get it when you twist it, the easier it is later on. So that's what we're working here, and trying to make sure that it's nice and even throughout the whole thing. Checking length and making sure we're going to have double the amount that we need, and looks like we're going to be close because we're still really thick at this point. So I take a hot cut and I mark where I want it, and I turn it into 2. So and then there were 2, so we cut this in half, and we're still relatively close to the same length as the edge, and we're going to forge these out a little more round in the next couple of videos. Right here is the 1085 pattern weld, and they will be opposite twists. Again, just working these a little bit more octagony to make sure there's no high rises throughout the billet when we get ready to twist it here in a few minutes. Again, those little metal pipes are hold the press back so it's even. Can't get any low spots from forging it out, or if I get too heavy-handed with the press, it helps prevent that from happening. It keeps it even and smooth throughout the whole billet. Back to the wrought iron now. Moving pretty good, moving pretty smooth. We're almost to the length that I need it. I actually started with a lot more material than I thought I was going to need, so we end up actually cutting this down too here in a few minutes. And here we go, the initial twisting. I just use a pipe wrench, set it up, and twist and count each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Grab the next one and start twisting. Here we go. Just notice how I'm twisting it the opposite direction. I end up actually, I forgot to start the video a little bit beforehand. So as you can see here shortly, it pops and comes completely apart. So this one was a failure, unfortunately. You can kind of see me tapping where it failed. Later on I'll show you a close-up video or a close-up of it. Oh man, we were making solid progress too, and I feel like I'm cursed lately, man. Like for real. This one came apart right there, as you can see. It's kind of still hot, but I was twisting it. You probably saw freaking came apart right there. It may have been that same spot. Maybe I didn't get it all out like I thought I did, which raises a concern for this piece. I'm gonna have to grind it down and look at it a little bit more closely to see what happened with it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, honestly, what I should have done was followed my gut instinct and just started completely over and scrapped these two billets when they failed a long time ago. So, but I think we're going to keep pushing along just to kind of see with at least this one. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get the herringbone pattern like we had wanted, but you can kind of see it. Sorry, these pieces are still hot. You can kind of see it coming together right there, how they two pieces come in like that, like I discussed at the beginning of the video. But we got our still spicy. Got our wrought iron middle, so that's a little long, but we can cut that end off. Start our wolf tooth pattern in that, and then this will come up here and sit right there. It's a little fat still, so we could actually forge it down to bring it back to length. You have to, when you're doing the twisted part, you have to cut the ends off because I don't have a machine to twist, so it doesn't get a full twist all the way to the ends. So you end up cutting some off. But we'll even see if this one even is any good. So I'm guessing not because I can see a crack right there, a little delamination in it already. So, but we will at least try to get this part of it done, and then if not, I've got some more metal. We can start over again. Here's the twist fresh out of the acid. There's a few spots that look a little off. That's only because I haven't sanded it super high contrast. This is like 120 grit is all, just to kind of look and see where we're at. Let's see if there's any cracks, any super bad oxidization spots like we had before. But overall, I think it looks okay. So we might run with it. I'm going to send a video to a couple experts and see what they say, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, that's. I don't know if I just wasn't twisting hard enough, or I mean hot enough. Went too fast, too quick, and welds just broke apart. But it's still a little warm, but came apart right through there. So mildly concerning. Not sure about this other one. I may just scrap and start all over again on at least on the twist, not on the other billet sides of the billets. Got plenty of steel left to mess with and get a good twist. And man, that sucks real bad. But anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for sticking it out with me, and it's good content for you. As you can see, I'm learning too. So like, comment, subscribe below, and let me know what you think. Or if you're an expert and you're watching this, let me know what you think too, because this is getting demoralizing. But anyway, that's how we grow, right? So thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.